Go.
Okay, this is a dentist who graduated in the 1990s with debt. Oh, it's manageable. A little tough, but manageable. All right, off 1990s debt. Next, 2000s debt in the purple. Oh, this is my generation. Not easy, but the cost to go to dental school, probably at the high end, $200,000. Okay, off 2010 debt, green sweatshirt. Oh man, dental school pricing has gotten doubled, even though new grads are making the same. Dentist income is stagnant. Okay, 2020 debt. Everybody on here.
Oh,
next. Good. Good. Drew, can you get on?
Drew, get on the back. Get on the back.
Okay. Hold on, Drew. There's 2021 debt. Oh, that's so tough. Thanks, guys. That's awesome, Hudson. Thank you.
Go.
Are you a dentist that loves nails? Do you want to know the probing depth of 15 distal buccal when you're working on number 30? Before making a treatment plan, would you like to know the medical history of the patient's third grade teacher? That sounds like you. My name is Paul Dr. Nacho, and I'm here to give you details so you can make a good decision. We are having Dentist Super Boost coming up February 26th to 28th, and we have so many amazing speakers, my awesome friends. And whenever I ask someone to come to a CE course, very few people are like, oh, sure, I'll be there. Like, what's the topic? What's we going to have for lunch? Are they going to talk about practice management second or third? Because if they talk about a third, I'm not coming. So here it is. You can see the flyer here. I'm going to bring it to life to you. Who is speaking at Super Dentist Boost? And if you want a Nacho Nuts deal on ticket pricing, just text BOOST to 215-543-6454. This entire event is virtual, but you can earn live CE from your couch to help you fulfill your state license requirements and have fun along the way. So we have my amazing friend, Dr. Mitchell Rubenstein, talking about how to deal with anxiety during clinical dentistry. If patients are too scared to get in the chair, it's very difficult to do work. Mitchell's going to help us with that. Dr. Todd Fleischman on his awesome smile transformations. We're going to have Dr. Mark Costas, one of my friends, who is going to talk age is just a number, but EBITDA, that's for real. The business skills you need to survive, the leadership skills, the profit skills. Okay. We're then going to have the amazing duo of Marcus Cowan and Louis Chen, two young dentists doing fantastic things. Their focus is going to be on implant dentistry, a little bit about digital dentistry. We're going to find out more about them. So we have an awesome first day, Friday, 5 clinical CE credits, 1 practice management credit on Friday. What happens on Saturday? First, you get up. If you have kids, ignore them and tell your spouse, who's the non-dentist, hey, you got to watch the kids. I got to do work. Get out your phone, get out your iPad, get coffee, get a mimosa, and get ready for Saturday. We have Endo, one of your favorite topics, by Dr. Brett Gilbert. We have a practice management panel with phenomenal human beings and speakers that will talk about team harmony, customer service, and how dental insurance works. Dr. Stephanie Mapp, Dr. Robert Pick, and Kira Dent. The afternoon on Saturday, get ready for it. Hope you get an old-fashioned ready, because I know our speakers like that. Dr. Dimitri and Dr. Audra Ward will be talking about perio and soft tissue grafting. So that's Saturday. 4 clinical CE credits, 2 practice management credits, all free to watch on your couch live. Then what happens on Sunday? Super Dentist Boost is modeled after the Super Bowl. Super Bowl Sunday, Super Dentist Boost Sunday. We have the amazing Dr. Scott Levy talking about endo for the GP. One of my great friends, the hilarious Artie Volker, talking about restorative dentistry. All the way from the UK, we're bringing him here on Zoom, the resin rock star himself, Dr. Jason Smithson. That afternoon, Sunday afternoon, we're going to have Dr. Fadi, one of the Perio Amigos, Dr. Fadi Hassan, talking about soft tissue grafting. Again, I know you guys love fixing recession. There's recession. We fixed it. I know it's one of your favorite things. Body's going to talk about it. Then we're going to have an amazing finale with Dr. Rob Slough, a surgical prosthodontist who I have the honor of working with in my office. We're going to talk about full arch implant cases, immediate full arch implant cases, how to plan them. Do you want to refer them? Do you want to place the implants? Do you want to restore the implants? How to get you started on this journey responsibly. So to be part of Super Dentist Boost, earn live CE from your couch, just text Boost to 215-543-6454. If you want to know any other details, what's Kira Dent's favorite color? Does Stephanie Mapp have a dog? She does. How much can Mark Costas bench press? Just reach out to us at boosteddentalnachos.com and we will give you those details because I want you to make a good decision. Super Dentist Boost is a great decision. You're going to be so glad you did it. Sign up, block it out, earn, learn, and have a great time. Thanks, guys.
Hey everybody, welcome to our Dentist Job Connect TV show. I'm going to stop sharing because we have a special surprise. We're going to do an interview with a real practice owner looking for a job right now. Dr. Dar and Terry, you can start your video whenever you guys are ready. And oh, let me see, maybe I have to make a thing do I have to let them start it again? Natalie, do you have to ask them to start their video? See if that, let's just see here. While Natalie's getting them settled to start their video. I see you guys are off mute. Can you hear me, Dr. Dar?
I can hear you.
Cool. Are they letting you start your video? Oh, perfect. There they are. Look,
we're on.
Live on Job Connect TV. It's a slow afternoon. Only 1 million people are watching in. The Super Bowl asked to advertise on us. We're talking with Dr. Dar and Terry, a real practice looking for an associate right now. What we're going to talk about after we get to talk with Dr. Dar and Terry are the questions you will need to ask and be able to answer. But we're going to share a great story, an example of Dr. Dar and Terry looking for an associate right now. And I say there are 5 questions to ask and be able to answer on every job interview. And I love these little books. I have them. Get yourself a little book, get yourself a pen, bring it to the job interview and say, hey, I want to jot down some notes while we're talking and write the questions on the side. So Dr. Dar and Terry, I'm going to start with you. I am going to be the person interviewing for your job. We're going to role model this dress rehearsal. Where is this job?
Thanks, Paul. We're in Manchester, Connecticut. For those not familiar, on the East Coast, we're right outside of Hartford, probably about halfway between New York and Boston.
Cool.
Nice little small town.
So where the job is important. So you can travel to New York, travel to Boston, Manchester, Connecticut. How far do you live from the practice, Dr. Dar?
I live about an hour from the practice. I live on the shoreline. Connecticut's very small. You can be any point of it within an hour. Very
nice,
easy.
Great. I travel about 45 minutes to my office. I say geographic flexibility is key. Traveling up to 30, 40, 50, 60 minutes for a good job is better than having a job down the street that you don't like. So I like this. So where is the job? Great. Now, the most important question, why are you looking for an associate? And one thing I'll share is I have this phrase, is the associate position a car or a boat? What's that mean? A car is a need, a boat is a want. People will sell their car before they sell their boat, before they sell their car. So if you are someone out there looking for a job and someone hires you because they're busy, but you only make $70,000 a year, if they become not busy, they might get rid of that boat associate position. But if someone has a true need, we're going to find out from Dr. Dar and Terry about their job, they need an associate in their office. So tell us about the why for your practice, Terry and Dr. Dar.
Yeah, well, basically it does come down to that one thing. We are busy. I can't handle it.
Yeah.
We started out as a, general practice, good soft tissue management, doing, the routine stuff, crowns, fillings. And then we made ourselves recession proof and got into implants, ortho, endo. And after 38 years, we have a lot of patients. And with COVID and all that, there's a lot of emergencies coming in and we need somebody to handle it. I have a second practice. I'm there. I developed a sleep practice that's taking off the charts. So I need somebody that really wants to work.
I like this. You want to share the joy of dental care with another dentist. Now, I always say busy is a feeling, not a fact. So then my next question helps with determining how busy an office is or what's the level of commitment they're going to give to an associate. So we went, where's the job? Why do you need an associate? How, if I apply and I'm 25, not 43, we can pretend for a minute, or 28,
hey, Dr. Dar and Terry, this great place, but I have a lot of dental school loans. I have this weird need to eat food. I don't know if you have that and have shelter, so I have to pay for things. How will I be compensated working, and what could I expect to earn as a range working with your job? Let's say for a year full time.
Yeah, well, I know when I started out, I made $100 a day, and I didn't feel too good about myself or my checkbook.
Yeah.
So I think it's really important, if you want to be successful and feel good professionally and personally, to make a good income. So we want to offer, let's say, 150 to 225,000 a year to get somebody in there. And then from there, if they can pick up on the things that I can mentor them on or continue education, the sky's the limit, really.
I love that. Well, and also dentists love details. You saw my video. I don't know, Terry, you work around dentists. We're very detailed people. We want to know about the probing depth on the patient's brother. We want to know if they go to a C course and they got to talk about implants first or second. So when you can share that detail, we'll commit $150,000 to $200,000 a year with the potential to make more. That means that you have a position that someone can work in, pay their dental school student loans, and be mentored. I like this. So we went, why do you need an associate? Where's the job? How will I be compensated? 2 more questions. What procedures am I going to do most of the time, Dr. Dar and Terry? So I want you to share that there's extra things to learn, sleeper implants, but I go into work, most of the time I'm going to be doing what procedures?
Well, unlike a lot of offices, we don't dump the garbage on the new associate. They aren't just saying pedo. They aren't doing the problem patients. The patients are the patients of the office, and you do the exam, the patients like you, you're going to see them. If you have the skills to do the endo, if you can do the ortho, if you can do the implants, go for it.
Nice.
It's wide open.
So you're going to be doing restorative dentistry. So it sounds like when someone works, someone experiences you, but they could refer stuff if they don't feel comfortable, right? If they, whether it's molar endo or extraction bone grafts, maybe it's something that you do yourself, Dr. Dar, or specialists in the area. So they can do restorative dentistry with the opportunity to do specialty procedures, but it's okay if they refer them as well.
Exactly. Whatever they feel comfortable with and whatever they're good at, and it's going to make them feel happy, at the end of the day. I
like that. Happiness factor, or reducing the number of times I feel like crying inside a day is my #1 goal of being a dentist. Profit? Who cares? Right? And I'm down. I was at like 40 times down to 20. Pandemic has brought it up when someone's like, well, gloves are $50 a box. I'm like, oh, so glad. Anyway, so, and then finally, believe it or not, it's legal. See, Terry, you work in a dental office, so you're infected by dentistry, but you're not an actual dentist. But dentists, sometimes they think it's illegal for them to have fun, right? We went to dental school, no more fun after that, right? So what fun things, if someone was a dentist there, and you both can answer, and pretend they're a regular person. I know we're dentists, we're never regular, but it's Saturday, we're not working, and we're living where you live, Dr. Dar, living where you live, Terry. What are some fun things they could do in the area?
Well, I think Connecticut is very centrally located, and you're in close proximity to go to the city, Long Island Sound. You can go skiing in Vermont. Nice. There's just such a diverse amount of activities. You can go up to Boston and get the culture there. There's things right here in our state. We have, beautiful beaches along the shoreline. I think it's a great place to live.
That's awesome. So that's what I'm trying to do with Dentist Job Connect, to learn about all of our jobs. Our team will put that in the chat, is to match up the right people with the right fit. I happen to like museums. I like sitting. That's good for Philadelphia. You can sit a lot. I'm not a skier, but that's good for me. But there's many people who would say, I'd love doing that. I'd like to be there. Dr. Dar, how about you?
I mean, there's everything. When I moved out here from Chicago, I thought Chicago was the end all. But I mean, minutes from the house, I was fishing, I was hiking. I even took up hot air ballooning, took up boating. I mean, there's just, it's infinite what you could do.
Nice. You turned yourself into an outdoorsy person. I like that. It's a Jim Gaffigan's post. So what I want to share as we wrap up, well, first, tell us, if someone's watching right now, one of the 1 million people watching, tomorrow 2 million, how could they reach out to you guys to learn more about this job?
Well, I've watched your videos before.
Oh, so. Nice. Thanks, Terry. Oh, I love that. Hold it up a little bit more. That is great. I love that. Makes me so proud. Now I have to have one of my own things. Yeah, I love a good sign. So Terry at drdar.com. Text Terry 860-869-4030. Awesome, Terry. I love that. Our world is a little nuts, Dr. Dar. So I'm going to ask you a question that I feel like I should know the answer to. But what licenses do you need? Where do you need to be licensed to work in Connecticut? I'm assuming the NERBs.
The NERBs and a Connecticut license. And we have a very good working relationship with the CSDA. Mm-hmm. Awesome. And we can pick up the phone and talk to them in 1 minute and get a response. So any help that anybody needs with that, with relocating, housing, anything at all, we're there for them.
Right.
Well, I encourage you guys to find out more about this job. Reach out and talk with Terry and Dr. Dar. It sounds like you guys have a place where someone can come in and feel supported, but make enough money to pay off their loans and do stuff and grow with the practice, because you have two locations there, right, Dr. Dar?
Correct.
Yeah, so you can't clone yourself. Some people, that's one of the challenges of having multiple practices like we have. I have them too, is you need dentist chefs to help you. So I love what you guys are sharing. Sounds like you guys have a great opportunity. If anybody out there watching wants to text us first, just text job to 215-543-6454. Jill, my sister, and our awesome Job Connect coordinator, jobconnect@dentalnachos.com. And when is this position available? It's pretty much ASAP or in 30 days?
Yeah, like even starting the 22nd of February. And one of the things that I want to add, if you don't mind, just real quickly, because I realize how important this is, being a practice manager within the practice, is the culture. You know, it's not just showing up to work every day. It's making sure that you have a culture that's going to promote success. Gotcha. Our motto is we set people up for success, not failure. We have a really great support team, mentorship. I think that's really important. And we are fun. We're hardworking, fun people.
I love that. Culture is so important. You spend a lot of time in the dental office. And, I'm so glad you brought that up at the end, because, I had a dream. It didn't come true. That dream was to play in the NBA. And this is my daughter's basketball. I can't palm a real basketball. So that didn't come true. But what is interesting, I went to Villanova. Jay Wright, I think, is awesome. He's a college basketball coach, super winning coach. And they ask him, why doesn't he coach at Texas? And he says, well, I like living in the PA area. If you're a new dentist, though, now's the time to be geographically flexible. Our industry has changed, but in some ways, there's all these opportunities, and I want you to make the best decision for you. It doesn't mean leave your friends and family and never talk to them, but what it means is traveling somewhere to work in a supportive environment and perhaps visiting people on the weekend, going to New York City. You work an hour from the practice, Dr. Dar. That probably gives people so many different places to live. Be in the Northeast. I really appreciate you guys being part of the Nacho community, sharing that you have a position to take in a dentist. Is there anything else you want to share before we start our Job Connect show?
No, I think this is a great opportunity for somebody, and I'd like them to jump on it soon, because whoever sees it is definitely going to take it, because it's a great office.
I love it. And, since you're Job Connect, one of our members, what I showed about Super Dentist Boost, which is coming up, you guys get free passes. So everyone else watching, you don't get free passes. They're $8 or $4. But make sure you guys watch in, especially like Culture Terry. We're going to have the awesome Kira Dent and Mark Costas, Composite Gurus. So Super Dentist Boost, we have a sale till tomorrow. It's February 26th to the 28th. Every year I do a big event in Philadelphia in person, but the pandemic has thrown quite a monkey wrench into that. So we're going to do it virtually, but it's a 3-day event. And make sure Natalie and Jill, you guys get free passes to that and watch in on it with us.
Oh, that'd be great.
Okay,
thank you.
You're in live seat from your couch. Dr. Dar, whole life you had to go to a Holiday Inn, force feed yourself salmon franchise at 11 a.m. That'll come back. But you can sit on your couch, watch someone talk about implants, talk about composite, and you enter in a code and you get live see from your couch. It's pretty cool.
I love it.
Awesome, guys. Well, enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Feel free to stay and type anything you want in the chat, and really appreciate you guys being a part of this.
Yeah, thanks you.
Paul.
Awesome, guys. Have a great afternoon.
Bye-bye.
So that there is a perfect role modeling of what we're going to talk about over the next 20 or 30 minutes. But I'm here in studio. My awesome team is with me here today. That's great. They feel very blessed to be here with me. But this works when you ask questions. So I have a presentation. We're going to talk about interviews. We're going to talk about, is there a shortage of jobs? But what's best is if you ask questions, put them in the chat, put them in the Q&A. My team will share them with me. And we're going to go back to this here. Is your associate position a car or boat? The most important question to answer. Is this a true need or is this a want? If you have a need income, $150,000, $200,000 a year, and you take a boat position, going to be a problem. Because right now we're facing many challenges with production, with busyness, different things happening. So it doesn't mean a boat position is bad, it just means it has to fit your life. So think of some questions you want to ask as we take a look at this next video.
I remember the professor saying there are 4 components to public speaking. The first thing is open up with a story. The second thing is tell your audience what it is they're going to learn and where they're going. People want to know where they're going. The third thing is deliver on that promise. And the fourth thing is leave them with immediate actionable takeaways.
So does anyone know who that is? So raise your hand if you're in the chat. You've heard of the company Spanx. Spanx. Spanx was founded by Sarah Blakely. That's her husband. I love following them on TikTok, and I've spoken thousands of times. People are here. My awesome friend who came to New Dentist Boost Camp and is looking for a job soon. They've seen me speak. They know that I love to do that. And I love this video. It helps me with fundamentals. And I've done it thousands of times. I'm going to guess you guys haven't given thousands of presentations. And I'm also going to guess you haven't been on thousands of interviews. So use this as a framework. Put it in your little book. Tell a story. Tell the audience where you're going. Deliver on that promise. Leave them with actionable takeaways. And you can do this in person, or you can do it through the power of video. The BTL video. If you do not make a BTL video, you are nacho nuts. What's a BTL video? Bring to life video about you. It's 30 or 60 seconds. Here's how you make it. Pick up phone, hold it at face, press record. In general, do it horizontal. So when you put it on YouTube, it's easier. Make yourself a YouTube channel. Here's what your BTL video would be. Hi, my name is Dr. Paul Goodman. I graduated from Penn Dental School and did a GPR at Albert Einstein. I love doing restorative dentistry and with a special focus on implants. I am looking for a job in the Philadelphia area and surrounding areas. You can reach out to me at 215-543-6454 or email me at paul@dentalnachos.com. I would love to hear from you. That's a story. That's giving actionable takeaways. That's the story of you bringing yourself to life through the power of video. You will get more interviews. People will know more about you. If you're working with us at Dentist Job Connect, and Jill, she can share your video. Make that video, put it on YouTube, send it to me. People did that last year. Awesome way to get a 30 to 60 second story about you.
I remember the
Natalie also has an example. You can just email us freenachos@dentalnachos.com. So any questions you have there. Now, we're going to listen to this video about, we have to turn the volume up. I made this at Washington Square Park. Let's listen to this video. I'm going to stop at a key points and share with you how the interview process works and what you can be doing, and also some ways not to burn your nachos during this process. So that is my message here on my first lap around Washington Square Park on my early morning dad walk. Because even though it's the weekend, dads get up at the same time. I never knew this would happen at 43. I thought I could sleep late if I wanted to. That ship has sailed. So to learn more about how not to burn your nachos when looking for a job, what questions to ask on interviews, here are the 5 questions which we're going to dig into separately. Why does the practice need an associate? Is the associate position a car or a boat? Is it a need or a want? Super important question to ask and be able to answer. What procedures would you like me to do? Or what procedures do you expect your associate to do? If you want to refer all molar endo to your associate because you don't like molar endo, that is one of the more challenging procedures in the dental field. So make sure you support your associate in learning molar endo, and make sure it's the right fit to have a dental associate doing molar endo on your patients, because that may not be a good scenario for anyone if the associate doesn't have the proper training and support. Doesn't mean don't have the associate do endo, just means create a system. Why does the practice need an associate? What procedures do you want the associate to do? How will you pay the associate? Money, super important in life, for food, rent, student loans, and living your best dentisting life. Managing expectations over money is one of the biggest problems I see in my work as Dr. Nacho, Dr. Paul Goodman, hiring associates, helping people find associates, reaching out to people online, getting messages from people online about their jobs. So why does the practice need an associate? What procedures do you want the associate to do? How will the associate be compensated? Why? What? How? Here's an extra one. Fun. What fun thing is there to do in the area? Because dentistry can be quite stressful. It is not healthy for anyone emotionally, spiritually, backally, bodily, mentally, physically, to only focus on dentistry in their lives. So what will the associate be able to do when they're not dentisting? If you're looking to bring someone to your area and
you have a great outdoors life there, look for someone who likes the outdoors. If you have a great museum life, hashtag when the pandemic is over, that may be a fit for somebody. And where is the job? So where, what, why, how, fun thing to do. Get those questions down and be able to ask and answer them. And we're going to dig into each one individually and see where things go well, things don't go well, expectations are mismanaged, nachos get dropped, people want to cry on the inside and outside, but also amazing stories of associates loving their jobs, making money, and enjoying what they do. If we can help you in any way, just reach out to us at dentalnachos.com. If you would like a list of all the jobs we have available on Dentist Job Connect, just text JOB, J-O-B, to 215-543-6454. If you would like to advertise your position on Dentist Job Connect, just email jobconnect@dentalnachos.com. If you would like to be connected for jobs, again, just reach out to jobconnect@dentalnachos.com. The best thing you could take away from this 8 minutes is do not sign a contract or offer a contract without having a dental-focused attorney review it first. Number 2, find out what's out there, JFO, just find out, and text JOB to 215-543-6454 and look at all of these open positions. You may not need a job now, but you'll see what's out there. You may not need an associate right now, but you'll see how to find one, what's in these marketing statements or marketing pieces for finding an associate. Maybe you think leading with money is important, but it could be more.
So if you want to share in the chat, if you're looking for a job or looking to hire an associate, that would be awesome. And if you have some questions about your specific process, I would love to answer. But I'm going to now share in this volume 2 part of this, some more specific questions you can put in your little notebook that you bring. Ready? So I just spoke with a practice owner that said the associate that was in the practice was not fast enough, could not do the procedures in a reasonable amount of time. Who here, raise your hand, is worried you might not be fast enough when you get into private practice? You might not be able to complete the procedure in the time the office wants you to complete it. How could you find out what's reasonable? Ask them, and I'm going to share a few things with you. Start with a crown. Say, hey, crowns here. How long do dentists normally schedule? And listen, if you hear to prep, temporize, and impress for a crown, 90 minutes to 2 hours, that's normal. If you hear 30 minutes start to finish, that might be too fast for anyone. In this scenario, they had shared that the associate was taking 3, 4, 5 hours for one single crown on multiple visits. That's not something that's going to work in private practice. So one of the good questions you can ask, a specific question, if you're listening, get this value, put it in your notebook. I was wondering, like, for class 2 composites, how long do the dentists usually schedule? Listen, 30 minutes. Can you do it in 30 minutes and check hygiene? That might be tough. So you might say, oh, I know these are dentists here that have been working for like 10, 15 years. Would it be reasonable? Would it be okay if I took 60 minutes for a class 2 composite? If my associate said it to me, I'd say no problem. If my associate said, I need 2 hours for a class 2 composite, that would be a problem because that's too long to do a procedure. That's like $250. So asking how long dentist schedule for a procedure will give you an indication on a job interview if the office is going to be a good fit for you. Second question, you can ask detailed questions after you go through, why do they need an associate? How am I going to be paid? What procedures? Where's the job? What fun things there are there to do in the area is this. Golden question. If I see a patient on a hygiene exam and that patient needs a crown, would I schedule that with me or would I schedule that with the owner dentist? And there's no right or wrong answer. There's just an answer that shares the system for that office. A good answer to that is most of the time we have the associate do what they schedule. Some of the time, due to patient personality and office workflow, the owner may do that procedure. That's for a variety of reasons. If they say, you always do what you schedule,
It's a good answer to hear, but then sometimes you might get in over your head. If you say you never do what you schedule, then you might get stuck only doing the lower end procedures. Very important question to ask on the interview. Someone says, I'm looking for a job as an associate in greater Los Angeles area. LA, one of the most popular places to live. So how can you differentiate yourself? Make that BTL video, get your face out there, even when you can't get your face out there. Figure out where's going to be a good fit. More options, the better. There's a dentist who's graduating their GPR, 12 job interviews. He made a website for himself. Phenomenal guy. He is a dental focused attorney looking at his contract. Prepare yourself, aware yourself, and protect yourself. Now, I want to go show you a piece of this video. I have a system, VCP. You can do it for free. VCP stands for things that you can do right now for free to give yourself a better chance of finding a job. Most of you probably won't do it. And then you'll be frustrated that you don't have good options. Some of you that do it will get good options. I can't do it for you. You have to do it for yourself. So let's listen in as to what this is and how you can use VCP, these 3 letters, to help you find a job, that fits. The more options, the better for you. And please, as always, we have all these people watching in. Ask any questions in the chat. I'm here to answer your specific questions.
Dr. Paul Goodman, Dr. Nacho, we call him, to join us. Paul, how you doing today?
Doing great, Terry. Thanks for being here and talking with me. Really excited to share some strategies, but also some real concerns we have going on in the associate matchmaking world.
Yeah, I think it's particularly interesting what you were talking about before we started the recording. You were saying in today's market, it's going to be even tougher this coming July of 2021 because of some of the complications. You thought, wait a minute, we went through the pandemic last year.
So you guys know me as the JBN guy. Just be nice. Don't yell at someone if they do a PFM crown instead of a zirconia crown. But the JBR part, to just be real, is I see a serious problem happening in the job market in July of 2021. And I'm going to tell you the 3 reasons why. They're not to make you cry. They're not to make you want to hide in your room. They're to make you prepared, aware, so you can move forward with momentum and try to overcome these challenges. But if you don't embrace challenges, just like a patient who doesn't embrace having bone shrinkage or a patient that doesn't embrace having cavities, they can't move forward if they deny that they have these challenges. These are challenges that you did nothing to make happen, but they are happening. And I'm going to share with you the why and how we can overcome them.
Should be better, et cetera. But what you're saying makes sense. Tell us a little bit about that and some of the challenges within the dental community.
We'd be glad to. We're here in the Northeast. We're supposed to snow a little bit today, but it resonates with us. Is it going to snow next week? Is it going to snow next month? Let's get prepared for what happens. So I've been helping dentists connect for jobs for over 15 years, since 2005. In the olden days when we just had, real letters and calling on the phone. And one of the things that happens every year is 6,000 new dentists graduate from dental school. Dentists are graduating from residencies, and they're looking to fill positions out there in private practice. Now, we've never had great systems for this, but it's usually worked out okayish. But this year with the pandemic is different. And I can explain a few reasons why and why everyone watching should lean forward, because this affects all of us, practice owners, people looking for jobs, because I believe we're going to have a crisis with not enough jobs for new dentists in July of 2021.
Yeah, one of the things you were mentioning was that because we're quarantined in many ways, we're not having as many live meetings, that then they don't have the contact. Tell us a little bit more about that, the importance of that physical in-person contact and not having that, how that's going to affect them.
Right, I would love to. So first, I love running in-person C events. I hope they come back soon. And I used to do these things. Think of them like giant high school dental dances. Okay, you're a 55-year-old practice owner. Go talk to this 27-year-old dentist. Just talk to him, see what happens. And magic would happen. They'd be sitting there having lunch saying, oh, my friend is looking for an associate out in Villanova, PA. And the younger dentist says, my friend is living out there. So those connections we've really missed. The face-to-face connections where people say things they won't necessarily say online, they won't say through Facebook, and not for any bad reasons, they just don't think of them. So one reason is we've not had this in-person connection as dentists, which has been fundamental to the job connection world.
Yeah, you were mentioning, I think that's going to be real because as good as video is, you and I both know video is great. We use it a lot here. It's still not in person, and that's something. But then you were mentioning another thing there. There's a lot of people who are experienced dentists. They've got some years under their belt working. They're in the dental community, and now they are coming back competing with those who are fresh out of college. Tell me a little bit about that.
This is a big thing that I see through my Facebook messengers, through our Nacho team, through Jill at Job Connect. So we have to be realistic. I'm a just be nice type of person. It's important, but just be real is the reality. And what's happened is many associates who are experienced have had their hours reduced, possibly their position is finished, and now they're back in the job dating pool. And if they have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years of experience and they weren't expecting it, but now they're looking for a job, it's normal for practice owners and DSOs and corporate groups to want to hire someone with experience. So that's a challenge that people just getting out of.
So let's dig into this a little bit. We have a great question here. So for the first time that I can remember in 15 years, experienced dental associates have had their hours reduced or lost their job completely. So now people with 5+ years of experience are out there looking for jobs. We just placed a full-time associate position in Center City, Philadelphia, with a dentist that's very experienced, with a dentist who has patient management skills, with a dentist who's taken a lot of CE. Again, this is not to scare you, it's to aware you that right now, the experienced dentist looking for jobs for the first time ever is impacting the number of jobs available for new dentists. Remember, you just need one to be successful. So it just means to start working, and I'm going to give you tips that you can start working because you're here watching this, whether live or on demand, but you got to put in this work ASAP to give yourself the most chances possible. Question here, what can I do to enhance my resume? Should I include a headshot? Should I make a portfolio of my work? Yes, yes, and yes. Your resume should be something that people want to listen to or look at. A short video, 30, 60 seconds, a must. Put in some photos of some cases. Don't make it all dry like I went to this college, I did this. A story about yourself. Write a story you would want to read about yourself. One of my favorite things about being a dentist is I get to help people. One of my challenging things is having to talk to so many people each day. That resonates with practice owners. I also have a question here in the Q&A. I just want to see if I can see this here. This is exactly why we're here. Scenario, after the interview, a sample contract is generated that is not ideal. How would you go about contract negotiation? Great, I'll be you. I get an interview, I get a contract. Always gratitude is good. Thank you so much for your interest. I want to read this contract, look into it, and I'm going to share some of my ideas about the contract. Watch this. I'm going to share some ideas about the contract. I'm not going to fight with you about it. Then, if you like the job, get a dental focused attorney to review it and pay them. If you don't like the job, don't waste the money. So when you have a job that you seriously want to take, get a dental focused attorney. If you want a dental focused attorney that we work with, my friend, my sponsor, podcast partner, just email salsadentalnachos.com. Natalie can put that in there and get Rob Montgomery and his team to look at your contract. If they can't work in your state, they'll find someone who can. You've invested hundreds of thousands of dollars and years of your life in a big thing. Don't be dentist cheap about it at the end. If a dental focused attorney reads your contract and says, hey, Dr. New Dentist, this looks good. Let's see if we can get the restrictive covenant from 10 to 8 miles, but everything else looks good. That's well worth $1,000, $1,500, $750. But what if they read it and the whole thing is a giant red flag? They say, oh, you're not going to get paid here. You can't buy practice here. This is a problem. They can claw back money. That's even more worth it. So I want to share my thoughts about the contract with you. Love this. We're getting great questions now. This is way better than my videos. Then next question. Got that one. Could we answer that one? I'm a prosthodontist and would love to help GP with cases that are not comfortable with. How can I connect with GPs? Great. Awesome. Love that. Just do what you did when you had to go make friends back in the day. Call up offices, share your story. Hi, I'm Dr. Paul Prost. I love doing interesting cases. I would love to take your dentist out to lunch. Awesome. Great question. Great way to connect. Send them emails. Interact on their office Facebook page. Do whatever you would do when you were dating or making friends to seem normal, to seem nice, but to also seem like you like to develop a relationship with them. I think GPs would absolutely love that. How do I add a video resume? How do I add the video on my resume? A link to YouTube. Yep. Just write the link, add it on your YouTube profile. That YouTube video of you from 30 to 60 seconds. Bonus if you get it captioned. Our team can give you services that caption it. You should have it captioned like I had mine about the speakers for the new dentist for the boost coming up. Speakers for the boost coming up, it was captioned. Our team, if you just email, how do I caption video to salsadentalnachos.com. Natalie will connect you with Mary. She'll give you the program for it. This video, caption it, because a lot of people watch videos like you do on silent so they can read it. Really great questions. Enhance my resume. Good. All right, great. So now I tell you there's a problem. Experience zone, what's the problem? 3 things. Less in-person C events to meet people, experienced associates looking for jobs. And the third problem, practices decrease in production. Most practices are making less money than they did before, so their need for an associate is down. So this just means there's more competition, fewer available jobs. So get your face out there, and you can use the power of VCP, something I made up, VCP here, to not cry inside, to not be this guy or this person, to be this next. So let's watch in and see how you can use this. And please, more questions, the better. While you're watching this, we'll stick around for the 10, 15 minutes, ask your questions so I can answer them live here on air. There's a million people watching in. They want to learn too. Just kidding. There's not really a million people.
School and residencies will be facing.
Yeah, and the third one that you were, and things like that. But you were telling us before we started recording here, VCP. Okay, you got us wondering, what is VCP and how's that going to help the dentisting humans?
And one of the things I want to share, I'm glad you said this, is how we memorize stuff in anatomy. Some of it mildly risque, some of it not as risque. We remember things in anatomy on how the nerves work with acronyms. So it's very normal for dentists to love these acronyms because that's how we would memorize things for anatomy or other things. So VCP is this, how any dentist can improve the chance of finding a job. Terry, you ready? For free. Dentists really love free. So listen
Free is
in.
good.
Using VCP. So these 3 letters will help you. Number 1, Terry, you and I are fans of this, video.
Oh, yeah.
Make yourself a BTL, bring to life video, a 30 to 60 second video on you, upload it to YouTube for free, and share it with connectors. Now, what might go in this video? Let me share with you in 30 seconds. Hi, my name is Dr. Paul Goodman. I graduated from Penn Dental School in 2002. I did a multi-year general practice residency. I love all types of dentistry, especially implants. I'm looking for a job in the Philadelphia area. You can reach out to me at any time by emailing paul@dentalnachos.com or texting me at 215-543-6454. I would love to hear from you. So simple, 12 sentences, Terry, that they put into video, and you're the video guru, that you can share. So video is the number 1 part of VCP.
I'll put an exclamation mark behind that. So what does C stand for?
Okay, C, another thing, totally free, okay? Calls and cases. 1, don't go fancy. Pick up phone, call offices in the area where you want to work. Don't ask them for a job. Very weird, okay? Ask them, hey, this is Dr. Paul Goodman. I'm finishing my residency program. I would love to find out what dentistry is like in this area. I would also like to learn, is this a good place to raise a family and live? If I could connect with your dentist for a few minutes on the phone or even take him or her out to lunch, I would love to do that. You will be amazed. You want to know why, Terry? Office managers, people who answer the phone at dental offices, can be supportive, kind, and caring. So when they hear a young dentist saying they want to talk to my dentist, my team would get me and say, talk to this dentist. And you will be amazed. Dentists aren't always good in groups, but one-on-one and things like that, they will reach out to you and you'll find some magic. They might not need an associate, but their best friend from dental school who's 58 and still has an AOL account, no offense to AOL accounts, they may say, hey, my friend down the street needs it. So that's calls, Terry. Cases is this. Take your dental cases, some good ones that you've done, put them on a PDF and email a few before and after.
So we got another great question. So VCP, make a video, calls and cases. And P part is post on Facebook more often in Facebook dental groups. Dental Nachos, Dental Clinical Pearls, Business of Dentistry. Post genuinely helpful comments. Genuinely helpful comments. Genuinely helpful, supportive comments. Great case. How did that work? I would love to learn more about the business of dentistry. The more you post, the more you're seen, the more your Facebook profile is seen. It's in the community where it will help you find a job and pay off the loans that you've accumulated. It'll let you realize your dream of creating the most beautiful emergence profile the world has ever seen. This is the world we live in. It's virtual and in person. And right now in person is not very common right now. So get your virtual self out there. More good questions. I love it. So follow up in negotiations. Are they related from the potential associate or the dental focused attorney? Great question. Initially, I would get the insight from the dental focused attorney and have a one-on-one conversation with the owner. But the dental focused attorney can help you too, because when I've done associate contracts with my dental focused attorney, I want them to talk to the other attorney, see what makes sense, okay? See what makes sense. So it's a combination. If it's a big picture thing though, it's not gonna be a good job. They want a 40-mile restrictive covenant and you want a 44-mile one, that's likely gonna be a deal breaker Why would somebody ask for that? So it's a combination. You can always have a conversation with the practice owner, but to get that document signed, the attorney should talk to each other. Is requiring a 90-day leave notice too long? That's also a very good question. It's on the longer side, not totally unreasonable though. I would like to see 60 days, but I wouldn't not take a job just because of that. I wouldn't not take a job just because of that. Scenario job offers daily guarantee, but stops after 6 months. Great question. I have the daily safety net guarantee for my associates from day one until they leave. They work for 10 years, they have it. 6 months is better than 0, but just make sure that they have a track record of you being able to meet it. The reason that 6 months is good-ish to the person who asked this is you're going to get an insight into seeing how busy it is and seeing how much production's available, and you'll be able to make plans if it doesn't. So 6 months is way better than no months. I prefer it be in there forever like mine are, but I know sometimes I don't want my associates to worry about paying their basic needs like food, rent, and shelter. So I want to make sure they know they're going to make $100 grand no matter what, and hopefully make more. That's what I want them to feel when they walk in the office. I don't want them to feel like if I don't produce enough a day, I'm not going to have this and have that. That's not the environment I want them to be in. So you will get some insight in 6 months to see what happens there. We're going to spend a few more minutes here. I think those were the Q&A ones. All right, so we're going to wrap up in just a couple minutes. We're going to have another one of these next week. If you're watching now, you're watching this live on January 30th. January 31st is the deadline to buy tickets for this for $8 or less. Yeah, you heard me right, $8 or less. You can get 18 live CE credits from all of those faces there. Practice management, clinical dentistry, how to own a practice, and EBITDA by Mark Costas. This is going to be an amazing event where you can learn, earn CE. There will be a way for you to rent it later, but I'm focused on the live right now. What's $8? You spend that on so many different things. Text boost to 215-543-6454 right now and sign up for this. I want to have a special job program involved in there, maybe at one of the lunches or afterwards. It's going to be so much fun. It's going to be a great way for you to bond with the dentist community and learn what is going to help you truly survive and thrive in private practice. We've had over 350 people sign up. I hope we have 3,000 sign up. Hope we have the energy of thousands of people watching it on this show and my amazing friends and support cast there. We have female practice owners, specialists, general dentists, people who own multiple practices, smile transformations, implants, and more. It's going to be endo, your favorite thing, endo. So if you have any questions about Super Dentist Boost, Natalie can put that in the chat. This is a great Job Connect TV show, went a little longer than normal. So you got a little bonus content here. If you have any questions as I share this last video, I'll answer them in the chat. If not, just stay connected by texting connect, the word connect, to 215-543-6454 for our next show next Saturday. Love these questions. Appreciate you guys. I'm getting to know you watching in. Hopefully you guys learned something that's going to help you. As this last video plays, if you could do me a favor and help me by just put one thing in the chat that you learned during this show that's going to help you tomorrow, that's going to help you next week, that you're going to remember, that you're going to put in your book, and it could be just to buy a book. Thanks so much, guys.
Has your clinical experience as a dental student or new dentist suffered due to this Nacho Nuts pandemic? My name is Dr. Paul Goodman, and at Dental Nachos, we are doing something to help. Super Dentist Boost is designed to help you both inside the operatory and outside the operatory, both with clinical skills and patient management skills. To learn more about it, just visit dentalnachos.com or text Boost to 215-543-6454.
You know, in the dental world today, there's a lot of people that are looking for positions within a practice, and there's a lot of practices that are looking for someone to fill those positions. Here at Dental Nachos, we've got something that can help you by using our Job Connect program that puts people together. So you can find just that right person, just that right position through Dental Nachos. And today, got a treat for you. We've got Jill Ruggieri here who is joining us right now, and she's in charge of that as a coordinator for it. Jill, thanks for being with us today.
Thanks for having me, Terry. This is
Well,
great.
tell us from a kind of big picture point of view, from the 40,000 foot point of view first, what this program does, kind of how it puts people together.
Yeah, thanks for asking. It's like a job matchmaking service. So we find opportunities for job seekers to connect with practices that are looking to add an associate or an in-house specialist. And we just connect them in various ways via text, email, and just kind of get them connected.
Oh,